Hey, gun people. Yeah, this is a man. When I saw this, I'm like, are you kidding me? Cops are just shooting people too easy nowadays, and they're not being held accountable. And I think there was like 30 officers in 2015 that were charged or pled guilty to crimes uh, in shooting incidents. So, and I think they kill like, I don't know, 900,000 people a year in the U.S., and they only had 30 convictions. It should probably be higher than that. Cops need to start fearing that they're going to be charged and go to jail if they end up shooting these people. Now, this pursuit started because a female officer pulled over a car and saw a gun. And when she saw the gun, the car took off. The car never shot at anybody. The car never did anything but run, and it had a gun in the car. All right? Let's see what these cops do.
Air, close the air. We're behind that vehicle. Cut in front of it. Give me a mic. I just pulled in front and drew my weapon on him. We're trying to get in front of him. Stop the car. Get up, Shots fired! Shots fired! Move, move!
Okay, 3 rounds fired. You can tell this cop is very excitable. He's very focused. He's on a mission to kind of, and I think this hurt him in the grand jury is why he got indicted. Besides his reckless shooting and freaking moving cars and jumping in and out of the car just so he could shoot somebody. When the guy has never fired one gun. Now, he yells at one point, the guy pointed the gun at me. But at this point, the guy ain't done nothing but run and has a gun. So, let's see what happens.
Shots fired on that vehicle. Shots fired.
999, I'm pretty sure is officer needs assist or shots fired, immediate assistance, something. We used to call 1199. If officers were fired upon, it'd be 1199. But I wouldn't call out 1199 on this call. You're shooting at the guy and he's running.
Shot at it, bro.
So he told his partner, I shot at him, bro. This officer's 26 years old, by the way.
Oh, come on. Keep going, bro. Go around. Relax, bro. Relax. Wait right there.
See, his partner had to tell him to relax. I hated getting in pursuits and have a nosy. It's hard for cops to sit in the passenger seat and not be in charge. So when you're driving and you got a cop in the passenger seat, they're always yelling, you do this, don't go that, go right. They're always giving advice. It just comes with the territory. When you're over there, you do it too. It's hard to stop it. You just kind of get used to it over the years, but it's kind of a pain in the butt.
Relax. Go around, bro. Stop worrying about them. Let me go. No, get in.
So see, the guy wanted to jump out again. He's like, no, get in. So neither cop knows what they're doing or knows what the other one's doing. So instead of concentrating on this guy and just following him or getting air support and keeping him in line, they're arguing back and forth about go around, drive this way, no drive, get out of the car, no, get in the car. This is usually lack of experience. They get a little overexcited, frustration, whatever.
Come on. Relax, bro. Let me go.
Jumps out and starts shooting again. Good thing none of these people were hit, because this is where the car was when he was shooting. Did y'all see him laser his partner when he got in? Let me go back to that, because I'm thinking he...
Come on. Relax, bro. Let me go.
See the gun point right at him? Go back here. See this gun? You got a guy that's screaming and yelling, and he's getting in the car with his finger probably on the trigger, pointing a gun right at it. So finger on the trigger, not a good thing. Getting in the car with a gun, it's hard to tell, but basically he's lasering and pointing at his partner right here. Getting in the car with his gun, not reholstering it, etc. This driver's like, damn, dude, if you stay in a freaking car, I can pit him or catch him. You keep jumping out. At least he ain't shooting through the windshield.
Relax.
See the driver keep telling him, relax, relax, relax. He's trying to bring this guy down and control him. Even though he's driving and he's probably more amped up, the other guy's jumping out of the car shooting. So he keeps trying to bring this guy back to reality. Relax, relax, relax. Calm down, man. You're shooting up the freaking town. Every time we stop, you're throwing freaking lead everywhere. You're going to kill somebody.
Pointed the gun at me. Bro, he pointed the gun right at me.
Jumps out and gets in.
Cut in front, bro. You can use the red car. You can use the car. Cut in the right on him. He's gonna hop out. No, man. He's gonna hop out. I see the door. Stop.
Oh shit, this guy wants out of the car. He wants to shoot him so bad, he just can't wait to get out of the car and get some more rounds off.
Stop the car. Get down. Get out the car.
Get down, get out of the car. Get down, get out of the car. He's shooting through the window. This passenger dude's just trying to freaking eat pavement like, dude, I'm trying to stay out of the way you're firing. I didn't do shit. I'm strapped in the car. They try to pull this guy out. He's got his seatbelt on. They can't get him out. Nobody's undoing a seatbelt. It's a cluster.
Get out the car. Get out the car. Don't jump. Put it down.
You see the seatbelt here, dude? He can't get out. It's strapped and it's holding him down.
Go ahead, put the guns down. Don't flag it. Don't flag it. That's it. Turn the siren off. Turn the siren off. Don't reach for nothing. I shot him. No. Get him out. I shot him.
I want you to know how many cops show up to this call, how quick. This is your government tax hours. When we have this much government, they're bored. And when you can have 20, 30 cops on a scene in a few minutes or under a couple minutes, that's too much government.
Back up. Get the gun. He's done.
I think this guy hijacked somebody's handcuffs, reaches in behind him, just takes her handcuffs there in a second.
LT.
They got the guy out of the car, but he's still in a seatbelt. Nobody has a knife to cut that, I guess.
Gun there. Gun there.
See, this guy's all concerned about the gun because he's a shooter. And that's normal. You usually want to find the weapon because you shot and you're like, shit, man, don't lose the evidence on why I shot. So this guy thinks he's protected just because he has a gun. Well, he just got his ass indicted.
Get him.
Are they beating this guy up or trying to give him freaking medical aid? He shot too. I don't know where he shot.
EMS. We need EMS rolling.
We need a few more sirens here. Get EMS. Call the fire truck. I think somebody dropped a banana peel back a few feet.
Two guys here. Turn the sirens on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. They got over 30 cops there. Maybe 40.
Both of them.
You all right? You good? You good? You did it?
Okay, they're finally moving this guy to the side. Let him squat down. He's burning out. He's kind of losing his adrenaline pump now. He's jumped out of the car. He's ran. He's shot. Probably feels like he's going to pass out a little lightheaded. He's going to squat down. They're going to see that he's probably getting pale and try to get him water.
You good? Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Nobody's good. Cops are always saying they're good. You're not good. You're about to get indicted 3 months later from this incident. We still got cops showing up and responding. Nobody's getting any service anywhere else.
Straight to the hospital. Straight to the hospital.
So the sergeant comes here and says, take him to the hospital. He looks. If we can say that he's hurt in this pursuit and he got hurt, now we can charge the guy with injuring an officer when he was fleeing. And it makes the charge a little bit more sellable.
I'm going with him. Yeah, straight to the hospital. Sit him down to the EMS here. Sit him down.
Sit down. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You got water? No, he's
Breathe, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Breathe.
good. Here you go, here you go, here you go.
What's up, puppy? You good? What
I'm good,
happened?
I'm good.
What happened?
Yeah, I'm good.
Listen to me. Look at me. You hit.
See, the sergeant's like, dude, you got to focus. He knows he's hyperventilating. He's probably, his eyes are all glazy. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. The sergeant, hey, listen, look at me. He's trying to bring him back into the reality.
Yeah, I shot both.
You good?
Yeah.
You straight. Where's your gun, puppy?
All right,
All right. Listen, relax. Breathe.
I'm good. You good?
I'm good.
Do me a favor. Everybody step away from him. No, I got you. I got him. Listen, where did you fire from?
Huh?
Where did you fire from?
I shot both of them here.
Okay, right
and
here.
then, up there.
So this guy's trying to figure out where the crime scene is at, because we have multiple crime scenes. Everywhere he fired is a separate crime scene. And they need to go back and find out where there was blood, broken glass, whether there's empty casings. So that's what this guy's asking. Where did you fire? He goes, right there, right over there, right over there. He doesn't realize that this guy is saying, dude, we got multiple freaking crime scenes because you're shooting all over the freaking city, chasing this dude jumping in and out of the car. I need to know everywhere you shot so we can go back and try to secure these other crime scenes and collect evidence. But none of that's triggering to the guy that shot.
Madison. I gotta check the camera. Relax.
Just take a breath. You did two here? Huh? You did two here? 2 shots here? Go to the hospital.
I can't remember.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
How many cops are here? Look at this. You couldn't get this many cops if you said somebody was raping your wife and daughter in front of you and they were burning down your house. They'd be like, we got a lot of calls pending, you pesky citizens. We have no duty to act. Per the Supreme Court, we don't have to respond. We'll get there when we get there. See the difference? When government only has guns, government only protects government. They never protect the citizens. Giving up your gun is the worst mistake any society can do when they give government the ability to protect and to decide when not to protect, i.e. the LA riots. Anyway, let me look at the report where he gets indicted here. So this is the officer charged in a shooting death, 26-year-old. Let's see, what did he say? Grand jury indicted him, repeatedly shot at the fleeing vehicle, killing the driver, wounding the passenger. 26-year-old officer fired at the fleeing vehicle 3 separate locations during the 28 January pursuit. Gregory, 46, sped off from a traffic stop. The indictment comes 3 months later. Safety director said they got serious concerns over this guy. Yeah, because they indicted him and they can't defend it. Now they have concerns. Notice government always has concerns when they get caught and they can't justify it. Then they have concerns. There's no concerns before. Everything's authorized, everything's legal, everything's legit. We're the best agency. We're partners. We're here to save you. We're the government. We're here to help. Until they get caught, then all of a sudden they have serious concerns. Oh, well, that makes me feel much better. Let's see. The Ferguson, the jury acquitted, didn't charge. In 2005, 36 non-federal law enforcement officers have been convicted of crimes resulting in on-duty shootings. 16 guilty by plea, 20 guilty by jury trials. That's pretty tough to get a jury conviction on a cop. So 20 convictions is pretty high. Let's see, about 900 to 1,000 people were fatally shot by police officers in the United States every year. So anyway, I think this guy probably should have been charged. I think more officers ought to be charged. And I think we need to get a hold of our law enforcement because they've become so militarized and so anti-citizen and only pro-government that everybody's the enemy. They're the only ones that deserve protection and that can protect themselves. And anyone else with a gun or tries to protect himself is suddenly the enemy. So I'm okay with him getting charged. All right, we'll end that there.